Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Let's see how this is gonna treat me my first time back. Hopefully we're live. It looks like we are. Alright, we're live. Now I need to do the sound test. Hold on. Alright, we're live and we have sound. Woohoo! Hello everybody and welcome to another stream of Asagao Academy Normal Boots Club. I'm Gina, aka the Gina Chew. My nifty bot in the chat room will show you all the ways you can follow me on social media. It has been a while since I have streamed. And there is a reason for that. Let's click play. Just so that we can have a moment to talk. Yeah, I went with my brother and surprised my mom down in North Carolina with the visit, but she follows me on social media, so I couldn't say anything, which is unfortunate. But I'm back now. I just flew back into New York this afternoon. And I'm ready to get back to it. So today we are starting Gerard's route in Asagao Academy, and I'm so excited because Jirard is one of the ones that I was the most excited for, and I have a feeling that I am just going to absolutely adore it, and I can't wait. Yeah, I'm super excited. Alright, so, for those of you who have not, seen my original, Asagao Academy stream where I did PBG's route, or haven't seen any of my other Asagao streams, Renpai comes with this cool option to skip all of the scenes that you've seen before. So, we're gonna basically skip. It's gonna stop at the decision points, and we're gonna make the decision points needed to ask Gerard to the Flower Festival, and that's when the kind of new content that we haven't seen before will start. And that's where we're gonna pick up. So this is Mimi asking if we know Jared. We'll say I guess so. I mean, whatever. No big deal. We just, you know, we're on a train with him. It's fine. It was just him and us, all alone. Okay. This is Satch's book. I've heard general rule of thumb is if you're not romancing Satch, leave it. So we're just gonna leave it behind because we've already romanced Satch. And his romance, I think, was still my favorite thus far. By far. Gerard's might take the cake. Actually, I have a feeling Shane's is gonna wind up being my absolute favorite. We'll see how that turns out. Speaking of, there's that tsundere bastard. We're gonna give him his space. I think talking to him is what lets us romance him, but I'll have to look into that before we play him because he is a tough nut to crack. The hidden block guys. Alrighty, so this is us sitting with lunch with them for the first time. I love watching this stuff go in fast motion. It's rather silly to see. There's PB and Jeff. This is asking if we want to go to the sports to see them play soccer. And I'll say of course because we've done that before, so that'll allow me to skip everything else. Okay, so this is the important decision to have Gerard be an option for the Flower Festivals. When Gerard offers to give you a tour of the academy, we say, okay, sure. And of course, being the completionist that he is, he will show us every inch of the campus. And that decision is going to let us be able to romance him and ask him to the Flower Festival and start down his route. Which is, of course, the point of today's stream. So I'm very excited because he's one of my favorite characters. Oh, Joshualina! The continue route was like insanity from start to finish. It was great. Friendship Pillow Fort. Why can't we romance you? Okay. Is the student government or the fashion show more important? I don't care. I'm not choosing either of you. Goodbye. This is why asking us a question we didn't know what it was. The answer I believe you need to choose is yes. I believe so. Oh, Jared. Oh, there's us playing video games. Drawing first blood against John. There's the soccer game. There's Shane. There's us giving Gerard the itty bitty kitty he lost. Okay, this is my being kind of a little bit jealous and sad that we became friends so quickly with the Normal Boots guys. They're your friends too. Don't get all sad on us. Mai's best friend for life. She would be more if we could romance her. Kara, make it happen. This is John wanting us to be a tree in his play. We'll make that choice because we've already seen it. Oh man. This is us patching things up with Mai and resolving to do what we can to join the Normal Boots Club. Do we want to join the Normal Boots Club? I'd like to try. There's them giving us the their offer of we can be their puzzle person. And if we win, then Hana is officially part of the Normal Boots Club. So we are romancing Jirard.
Right.
I love the way she says his voice. Gerard. I'm asking Jirard. Really? Oh, that's so cute. Jirard is such a great guy. I'm sure you'll be happy with him. Why? Well, go on. What? Go on and get your man. Wait, you mean now? Yeah. Mai hit me on the back and practically shoved me towards the door. I don't have to do this scene, but I like doing it in every playthrough because it's adorable. As I begin to leave, my legs turning to jelly, small pink blobs filled my vision. What? Go! Mai was tossing cherry blossom petals over my head. Go get Senpai to notice you! Eulalia! I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Please feel free to correct me, but hello and welcome to the stream, my dear. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Mai beamed at me. No time to talk, Hana. This is going to be your big day. You're a main character. Unless you messed up real badly, you'll definitely get a good answer. Thank you. Oh, you love this route? I haven't done this route before. I'm doing this blind. And for anybody watching who doesn't know how I do these things, I have a walkthrough, so we're going to get the best ending. But I always pick, you know, the choices blind first to see how close I am to getting the best ending. I usually screw it up, but that's okay. Now, where would I find him? Where's Gerard? I found Gerard in a secluded section of campus. A large map and notepad sitting out in front of him. He's still working on that map of campus. Kits! Hello, my dear. Hello. I did pronounce it perfectly. Yay! Alright. Awesome, Eulalia. I'm glad. Kits, I'm sorry that I couldn't hang in your stream longer, but I had my own schedule. But you were doing so good. I'm so excited that you got it to work. For those of you guys who don't know, my dear Fitter Kitty is now streaming Asagao Academy, so you guys should definitely go follow her on Twitch because, yes. What? Kits, what? What? The way I pronounced it? Oh. Okay. I found Gerard in a secluded section of campus. A large map and notepad sitting out in front of him. Where is that? Is he working on that map? I think he is. He seemed perfectly content, and I felt bad interrupting him. Instead, I hovered around him, firmly telling myself that I was not in the least bit procrastinating. After a time, he glanced up, and upon seeing me, set aside his notepad and map.
Hey, Hana.
Hana, what brings you here? Gerard, you're so adorable. I can't deal with him. I faltered. I couldn't just blurt it out, could I? But you did it in a couple of the other routes. Oh, what are you working on? This? Well, there's a convention coming up in a week. Rumor is they're supposed to have Princess Pumpernickel, so I made a mark and map the location of every stall that sold IBKs. This is the most efficient route to check each one. This is so something Gerard would do. I whistled, staring at the lines and circles running across his notepad. That's really complicated. It's impressive. It's nothing, really. Just a habit. Oh, look at that blush! She's so cute. I nodded, and then to my utter horror, the conversation stalled. I stared at the notepad, trying desperately to appear very, very interested, mind racing to figure out a way to form the words I wanted. The tension was rising. It was getting awkward. I hadn't moved in 45 seconds. Gerard was staring at the ground, no doubt feeling my awkwardness. That was it. I botched it. I stretched upward, staring at the sky. Well, that's all, so I'll just be going. Great job, Hana. Way to completely and utterly suck, as usual. I raised a trembling hand to Jirard, who looked up in alarm.
Wait.
Wait, Hana! Before you go... I paused. Did you need something? Please tell me he's gonna ask her. Gerard stared down at his notebook, fingernails rolling down the rungs. Was he... nervous? So you know the flower festival's coming up. Yes, Gerard! Do it! Gerard was blushing, but it seemed his mind was made up. He'd rushed to my face as I waited for what came next. I was thinking that, you know, we could go together, but only if you were interested, you know. I love the way she laughs. Gerard looked at me, eyes wide in alarm. She's just laughing nervously. I couldn't help it. I started laughing helplessly. Gerard cast his eyes to the ground again. Yeah, I guess not, huh? No, it's not that. I was going to ask you myself, but I wasn't brave enough. Gerard looked at me questioningly, wind rustling a stray hair on the top of his head. Then a slow smile spread across his face.
Really?
Oh, Gerard! No, that killed me. That was adorable. If it weren't for you, we'd both end up going to the festival alone. So you'll go with me?
Yeah.
Of course I will. Gerard was beaming now. He clapped his hands together.
Awesome.
He's so cute. I can't handle it. Awesome. We'll meet at the festival tomorrow then, right? Definitely. Definitely. With the plan settled, the awkward silence crept back in along our ankles, settling like fog. Oh, Gerard. Oh, God. Okay, we're like 5 minutes into this route and already I'm dying. I knew this was gonna happen. Well, I'll see you then. Right. I turned so rapidly I stumbled over my own feet. Hana, are you alright? I'm fine. Sorry, bye. I dashed away, internally screaming. Awkward, awkward, awkward. But still, I had a date with Gerard, and he was the one who asked me. It seemed my feelings were reciprocated. Wait, were they? I would say so, Hana. I mean, he seemed pretty excited about it. I woke up late the next morning, the day of the flower festival. I was buzzing with anticipation, but because of that, it took me forever to wake up. Now it was almost noon, and I rubbed my eyes as I arose. Oh! Laptop's about to die! This laptop got a workout while I was on vacation. Hey there, sleepyhead! Ugh, good morning. You slept even later than I did! That's impressive, Hana! I sat up in bed and something on the edge of my desk caught my eye. What's that?
I don't know.
Oh, that? A letter for you. Came in the mail this morning, so I just... Oh. This is the father's letter. Okay. We've already done that, so... we'll skip over that. Okay, here we go. I walked to the festival area alone, wary of students and strangers passing by with friends and family. It was a little nerve-wracking to go to the festival to meet Jirard rather than walk there with him. I felt silly in my yukata, overdressed even. Yeah, well, I mean, you looked adorable and mine looked banging last time when she wore one, so just go and work it, Hana. No one was shooting me weird looks or anything, but the thought of wandering to the festival alone and being stood up followed me like a hunting dog. Oh, Gerard would never do that. Don't even start, Hana. There was a stall on the edge of the festival that sold beautiful silk scarves, apparently all created by the little old man behind the booth, and I stood at the corner of it, searching the crowd for Gerard. You okay there, miss? Oh, Mr. Saitomo! I flushed. It must be more obvious that I was on edge than I thought. Yes, I'm fine, thank you. The old man watched me for a few seconds and I squinted at him. He looked oddly familiar. You know, it took me a while to get into the business of scarf making. I never set out to become a weaver. But I wanted to make a great present for my wife on our 20th wedding anniversary. Being a teacher in a poor town, I never had enough money to buy her one of the fancy silk scarves she wanted. So you learned to make one yourself? That's adorable. I decided to make one myself. She showed it off to the entire town and eventually I launched a side business selling scarves. Isn't that funny? Now I wonder whether it was meant to be. Well, why are you telling me this? You're a young lady alone at a festival. It's a good omen if I ever heard one. You can never guess what the future holds for you. Believe in yourself, alright? Believe that you're worth something, and something will come. So you...
Hana!
Oh, Gerard's looking good, you guys. Hana, there you are. And I see the IBK shirt he has underneath his jacket. Very good, very good. Jirard finally appeared, a sheepish look on his face. Sorry, I'm late. I hope you didn't wait long. Not at all. It's rude to keep a lady waiting, you know. The old man glared at Gerard, who flushed. Mr. Saitomo, it's nice to see you. I wish I could say the same. Boys these days have no class. And speaking of class, don't forget about the test on Thursday. Yes, sir. Gerard's sad face kills me. Gerard grabbed the tip of my elbow, leaning down to whisper into my ear. Let's get out of here. When we were at a safe enough distance away, Gerard released me. Mr. Saitomo's everywhere. He's a nice old man, but he can sure get on your case sometimes. He was really sweet to me.
Really?
Was he? That's great. Anyways, did you have somewhere in particular you wanted to go? I guess I would like to see the bonfire at some point. Other than that, no.
All right.
Great. Oh, we're gonna have to go see everything! We're gonna have to complete the flower festival! Gerard reached into his pocket. He pulled out a weathered-looking scroll, which he unrolled with a flourish. Oh, that's great. You see, realizing that this was your first time here, I made a list of all the most important places we should visit.
Huh.
Of course, the truth is that they're all important, so they're all on here. But they're listed in order of most interesting, so we'll hit the most important areas first. I like a guy who's organized myself, so I'm all about it, Jirard. Jirard, that's so kind of you. Oh, did she? Danny posted the full shirt design on Twitter. I have to go look that up and find that. Already my legs were aching. Jirard laughed. It's no trouble for you, Hana. They're probably going to sell that at some point. I know they were looking into merchandise to sell. But again, I'm sorry I was late. This list is the reason. I've been working on it since you asked me. Almost ran out of time to take Mr. Saitomo's last online quiz. That's why he was sassing me.
Really?
Oh. Gerard, you didn't have to go through all that trouble for me. I wanted to, and it was no trouble at all.
See what I mean?
People are what's most important, and I want to do my best to show you a good time. I'm dying here! Ah! Gerard! Who is this arbiter of joy and goodwill standing before me? Was I really expected to believe that this was a teenage boy? Not only were his priorities in the right place, but he also had an unwavering sense of self. He was able to withstand the pressure of others without so much as breaking a sweat. But he was this nice to everybody, wasn't he? It wasn't just me. I wasn't special in any way. That's what you think, Hana. And why should I be? When have I ever done something to repay Gerard's kindness? Instead, I sat there like some kind of log, taking and taking while he gave all to ensure my comfort and happiness. Hana, don't think that way. I was the worst kind of person. Oh, stop. You okay? You look kind of sad. I sat back into reality. Gerard and I had kept walking, and now Gerard was pointing at a statue in the middle of the festival. A small woman with a flower-inspired design stood with her hands clasped, gazing happily over the festival denizens. To her right, even smaller than her, was an old man whittling wood. He was leaning against her, a sly smile on his face. It seemed like he would have been whistling. This is beautiful!
Right?
Isn't it? They put it in the middle of the festival every year, but people are so busy trying to stay together and find the right stalls that most walk right past it.
Well...
As you could tell, it's the flower spirit and the man who loved her. They're both here to watch over the town in secret. She's clearly happy everyone is here. That's so sweet. Even after his death, he's still with her. Gerard chuckled. So you believe the myth? Well... me too! The guys always give me crap about it, but I believe something like that could have happened. And what's the harm in believing in a little magic? Gerard winked at me. No, there was no way this was a teenage boy. So, for our next stop, Gerard took me to what felt like every stall in the festival. Each place we got to, we stayed for only a few minutes. Time was a-wasting, and we had a list to churn through. I ended up learning more about Higanbana than I ever guessed, that an elderly nudist society came to the festival to advertise, that there was a lake just off the edge of town, that there was an entire alley made up of just crane games. We ate takoyaki, fried ice cream, flour ice cream, cotton candy, hot dogs, and funnel cake. We saw jugglers and acrobats, couples dancing in the streets, trees with petals that glowed in the evening light. And finally, when I genuinely felt like I was about to die, we went to see the bonfire. The bonfire background is like the most gorgeous background in this game. So how do you like it? Higanbana is a great place, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great, really. We sat on a log near the edge of the clearing and I resisted the urge to lay myself flat upon it. My yukata would be a mess and I couldn't afford to send it to dry cleaning. Did you like it? We didn't make it to everything, but that's okay. I saw you were kind of fading there. Gerard! I mean, yeah, I can't keep up with you, I think. I don't have that much willpower. But I'm glad we saw all those things. Higanbana's a much more special place than I ever thought. Here I figured it was just some podunk throwaway town.
You are correct.
Why are all of Gerard's lines so cute? I can't. A lot of Asagao students think that way. They go straight for the games and the food, hang around for an hour or two, and then go home to sleep. There's all this build up to the festival and they don't even take advantage of it. Why bother going if you don't make the most of it? I'm getting the impression you're this gung-ho about everything you do. Jirard let out a hearty laugh. Apparently that struck a chord. It's just, if you're going to do something, why would you waste time being lazy about it? Either do it or don't do it. It doesn't make sense otherwise. But this isn't something unique to me. The other guys think that way too. That's why we all bonded together so well, I think.
Really?
Somehow, I doubted that. PPG fell asleep in class. Jared seemed almost completely insincere in all of his interactions with the general female population. Even Continue seemed more interested in messing around with each other than in winning their election. Granted, they were running unopposed, so maybe that made sense. Yeah, I get that reaction a lot.
Huh.
We seem like such a carefree bunch and we try hard not to make people sad. They really are so gorgeous, Eulalia. It's great. Ugh. Yeah, I would make that as like my computer background or something. Or just, you know, this with Gerard in front of it. That's good too. We just do what we love, you know? Play video games, hang out with people, find something that inspires us, and maybe, if it isn't too much to ask, contribute something to people. I think it's easy to overlook how hard we're all working, but if you knew where to look, you'd see how much they're all fighting. Gerard stared wistfully into the fire. So they were all secretly fighting hard, huh? Good for them. They at least knew something they wanted to fight for. Me, on the other hand, I had no idea. I know Gerard is super sweet. I saw that Jirard reblogged something from your Tumblr, by the way, Kits. I was on his Tumblr earlier today and I was like, is that one of Kit's posts on his Tumblr? I believe so. Your personal favorite line is Shane just saying no. I can't wait to romance Shane. Look, I'm like sitting here like dying and like my heart is like melting. And when I play Shane's, you're just gonna see me screaming and cursing at him. Yes, Ian's really is great. Really? More than that, I wasn't sure if I could fight for something even if I did. The past year showed me who I truly was, and I didn't like the picture it painted. Lonely, misanthropic. Oh, misanthropic, I think is really the proper way to pronounce it. A self-made victim, angry, bitter, resentful, distrustful, shy, unconfident. All these words floated up in front of me, triggered by Gerard's words as if by a magic spell. Compared to these guys, I was totally out of my league. It was a wonder any of them wanted to spend time with me, with the kind of negative, boring person I had become. Before my last year in Amaririsu, I was such a cheerful girl, relatively outgoing, clever, and now, well, you've got that look on your face again. What's up with that? It's nothing, really. I couldn't just spill all my insecurities on him, especially not now. That would put a huge damper on our date. But as I tried to wave it off, Gerard grew only more determined.
What's going on?
Tell me! I'm sure there's something. If I can help in any way, I want to. Jirard! Should I risk it? Oh, no! Yeah, yes, kids, JonTron sucks is also a great line. That is a great line. Okay, knowing Gerard, I should probably tell him? I don't want to ruin the date, but I would say tell him. Yeah, and it looks like that is the correct thing to do. I have a feeling that his is probably going to be the easiest of all of these. Yeah, it was a really sweet post, Kits. I liked it a lot. Okay, we're going to tell him. Well, this is going to sound really stupid and insecure. And it's a total downer, and I'm really sorry about that. Gerard took my hand in his, searching my face. Don't even worry about it. Hit me. Oh my god. So good! He was so good! How could any one person be so nice? How on earth did I find myself on a date with such a nice person? This is literally my thoughts. Thank you, Hana. Yeah, any line from Satch is pretty great. I mean, his voice is very nice. It's just that I feel like compared to you, I'm so not worth it, kind of. I know it's silly, but I just think I've done so many stupid things in the past, and I used to be a better person, and if you knew all those things...
What?
There's no way that'd change how I feel about you. How you feel about me? I mean, you know, caring about you. Unless you killed someone, or a puppy, but both of those would be totally unacceptable. But Gerard... Did you kill someone? No. Did you kill someone? Gerard just asked Hana if she killed someone. Well, Eulalia, I mean, who doesn't have a crush on Luke's voice and everything else about Luke? I mean, really. If there was one hidden block guy that we could romance, I would want it to be Luke. or Jeff. They're both adorable. Have you harmed a baby doggy? No. Then you're quite alright in my book. Seriously, don't even worry your silly head about that. I'm not worried about who you were in the past. I'm worried about who you are right now. And the Hana in front of me right now is definitely someone worth caring about. Ow! My heart! Gerard. Gerard chuckled. Anyways, I think it's time we head back. You seem a bit tired. But, I didn't want to end the night on that note. No need to push yourself on my account. We can always hang out more next week, right? Right, we can. Gerard stood and helped me off my ever so comfy log. This time we walked back through campus together and I was totally at ease. Gerard's bright personality had a way of lighting up even the darkest of corners. It didn't take long until we were in front of my dorm saying goodbye. Thank you so much for asking me to the festival.
Thanks.
Thank you for asking me. Well, almost. Then I'll see you tomorrow? Oh, wait. He glanced away, a light blush on his cheek. Then with a firm nod, he dug his hand into his pocket. There was something I wanted to give you. Oh, I don't know if I can handle this, you guys. Oh, God! Guys! This is like DEFCON 1, like, emergency. What? Gerard? What are you... When I saw it, it just reminded me of you, so... Sheepishly, he pulled an IBK out of his pocket. Oh my god! I can't even deal with this right now. Look at that little IBK. It's so cute. And it's pink, of course. It was bright pink, the same shade of color as my hair, staring happily at me as if holding on to some secret all its own. Gerard. Gerard put an arm around my shoulders. Do you like her? She's called Chibiupa. I don't know if you were interested in IBKs, but every time I looked at her, I saw you, so... I figured even if you didn't like IBKs, you'd like this one. Gerard, it's adorable! Ah, that's great! I'm so glad you think so! I'll keep it right by my bedside, so it'll be the first thing I see every morning and the last thing I see every night! I love it! Hana, you're so freaking cute! That makes me really happy. Maybe I'll make an IBK collector out of you yet. Anyways, you should get inside. Don't want you waking up all tired tomorrow. Okay, thanks, Jirard.
Bye.
Good night.
See you later.
See you tomorrow. Oh my god! Oh my god! Come on! I shut the door behind me, heart soaring. Gerard was such a nice guy. Such a nice guy. I crossed the room and placed Chibi-Yuba on the edge of my desk lamp, right next to my bed. Yeah, I'm not sure. The PBG ending was weird. I'll be honest with you. Like, my first playthrough, here on my Twitch channel was PBG's, and I got the bad end. And, yeah, it's very weird. I would assume that if that story went on, that she might hook up with Luke, but man. I don't know, that was a weird ending. Welcome to your new home. I hope you like it here. I giggled to myself, then lay in bed with a contented sigh. I really felt like I could be happy with Gerard, and the thought both thrilled me and terrified me. Oh my god, Gerard is so adorable. Ah! Oh, don't give a worried look, Gerard. Listen! Alright, listen! Alright, so here's now... Speaking of Luke, okay, and the rest of the Shenanigans Club, which, by the way, if you haven't seen my streams before, the Shenanigans Club consists of all of Hidden Block and Mimi. But if one of them hurts Gerard, Mimi better stay in her damn lane. And the Hidden Block guys better stay the hell away. IBK admiration. I love it. Okay, can we read this? Okay. I got 10 tournament points. Dear Diary, I have my very own itty-bitty kitty now, and she looks like me to boot. It's not something I ever thought I would be into, but Gerard cares about them so much. I don't think I'm opposed to learning more about them. After all, what's the harm? They're cute. Maybe she will become a collector. Who knows? In some ways, it was a huge disappointment that Gerard wasn't in my class. In other ways, it was a relief. I longed to see him again, to talk to him, and to feel his warmth, but that would have been way, way too distracting in class. Especially with Mai around. But PBG's worst end, kits. Oh. It's bad enough that pretty much all the other storylines are a bad PBG end because he just sits there mired in salt the entire time. When lunch finally rolled around, I sprang from my desk like a rocket shooting out into space.
Hana!
Whoa, Hana! Calm down! Hurry up, Mai! I'm really, really hungry today. I'm sure you are, Hana. Hungry for Gerard.
What?
Pardon? Nothing! Let's go, let's go! Mai. As Mai and I approached the normal boots table, Gerard flashed around an IBK with a gray wizard's hat and a long beard, a huge dorky grin on his face.
See what I mean?
Check it out! It's Grand Beard the Bay! He's one of the rarer finds that is said to lack a gender, not participating in either norms, but preferring to be referred to as a he. We squeezed into the table as the rest of the boys looked on, bemused. I like his cloak.
Right?
Right? Most of the versions I saw were missing it, but they were still trying to charge almost full price for him. It was ridiculous. The boys nodded slowly. Nobody else seemed to know what to say, despite Gerard's intense enthusiasm. Who's gonna be Who's gonna... You want me to place my bets on who's gonna be the baddie in this route? Look! Somebody better not hurt Gerard! But, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna assume that it's not gonna be Mimi, because Mimi seems to be very Jared-centric. I might just say Waleed, because Waleed has been very sneaky in all of these. Like, he was up to some shit in Jared's route. And he just, I don't know. Nobody better hurt Gerard, though. I will choke a bitch. Well, congratulations. That chuckle, though. Thank you, Satch.
Thank you.
Yes, Satch, thank you. Gerard glowed with pride, completely oblivious to the weird looks he received from students at other tables. He truly didn't seem to care what other people thought about him. I had no idea how he could stick to his guns without feeling even the slightest bit ashamed. As Gerard returned to his seat, I waved sheepishly at him.
Good morning.
Hana, good morning, how are you?
Good morning.
I'm great, thank you. How are you? I'm fantastic. Even better now that I've seen you. I couldn't wait to show you Grandbeard. Yeah, he looks really cool. Super cute.
Awesome.
I love that. This must have been so much fun for them to do voice acting for. Yeah, apparently Greybeard casts magic with his hair, and his secret weapon is his eyelashes. Now that he mentioned it, Grandbeard's long lashes stretched from his face into a somewhat creepy way. Other than that, he looked like a cuddly old kitty, but those eyelashes... Excuse me, can I see that figure? A young student, probably a first year, approached the table and poked Gerard in the back.
Uh-huh.
Of course! He turned completely around, chatting animatedly with the kid about the trade he made for Grandbeard, and the myriad route it took to get to him. I watched him, happiness filling my heart. Jirard was just so cool! Even in the times I had stayed true to myself in my old school, I ended up feeling a constant gnawing anxiety, wanting to take it back and make up for it again so it wouldn't go away. Gerard just seemed to be happy. When he was around, even I could show my interest in his strange hobby without feeling bad about it. Earlier in the year, I would have felt more embarrassed for him than he did. As I looked more closely at Grandbeard the Bay, I remembered my own Chibi-Upa, and a sudden thought occurred to me. I was probably in the same boat as Gerard. If anybody ever found out about her, I'd be mocked to hell and back. Probably not as bad as Gerard, given that I was a girl, but I can already hear the whispers pointing out that I had no business being involved in the Normal Boots Club when I was clearly such a weirdo. The biggest collector at school is in the Normal Boots Club! Why would you worry about that, Hana? Mimi would never let me forget it either, would she? She could stay in her damn lane! Every time I ran into her in the bathroom, she'd mock me. Maybe people would even try to take Chibi-Upa away from me. A featherlight touch tapped my shoulder and my dark thoughts were banished. My motioned for me to come closer to her and leaned to whisper in my ear. What do you think about Gerard's itty bitty kitty collection? I mean, honestly speaking. Honestly speaking? Honestly? I think they're cute! So, no, she thinks they're cute! And honestly, she thinks they're cute! And that is the correct answer! I think they're cute! We need to be supportive of Gerard. He deserves to have somebody who has his back and is supportive of him. Because he always has everyone else's back and is always supportive of everyone else. Mai shot me a weird look, then shrugged. I guess. And I admire how much dedication it probably takes to collect something for so long. Mai nodded passively, apparently quite aware that I was backtracking. I turned away, cheeks burning. When we were finished eating, Mai and I dumped our trays and headed for the door.
Hana.
Hana! Mai and I turned and an eager Gerard ran up to us. Hey Hana, I was hoping I could walk you back to class today. What do you think?
Really?
Me? Why? Yes, you. Of course you. In that case, I will entrust you to her care. Mai clapped Gerard on the back, then gave me a wink and a thumbs up. But...
Hasta la vista, baby.
That was really cute! That was a Mai sound bite that we haven't heard yet. That was great. Oh my goodness, Eulalia, I need to see some of your art. I need to listen to that again.
Hasta la vista, baby.
That was great. Hey Jared, wait up! Gerard glanced over his shoulder and upon seeing Mai's enthusiastic form barreling towards him, immediately sprinted out the door. Unfortunately, if there was one person on this earth who could give Gerard a literal run for his money, it was Mai. Yep. She dashed through the door and clouds of dirt kicked into the air around their chase, a veritable sandstorm spitting through the Asagao campus. Anyways, what's up? Nothing is up. I just wanted to hang out with you. I mean, I know we just saw a ton of each other at the flower festival and everything, but...
Well...
Jirard! At the mention of the flower festival, we both fell into an odd silence, memories floating into the space between us. Yeah, that sounds great to me. Great! Gerard beamed at me and pushed the cafeteria door open. We stepped into the fresh spring air, the remnants of Mai's chase still drifting in the distance before us. You didn't hear it, kids? Wait, hold on. I'll backtrack just for you. Hold on.
Hasta la vista, baby.
There you go. Okay. Now that Gerard and I were alone, I didn't know what to talk about. It was weird. We had feelings for each other. How were we supposed to talk? Gerard strolled next to me, staring up into the deep blue sky. Think of something, Hana. Chibiupa is doing well, by the way.
Really?
Is she? That's great. She's really cute. And she's small, so she doesn't take up that much space. I can see how having a whole bunch of itty-bitty kitties would be appealing. So much cuteness, and you could see it every time you woke up.
Right?
Right? That's exactly how I feel about it. It's just really fun. And if you can find something to brighten up your day, why not do it? That's why I started streaming. Life can already be hard enough, so we shouldn't make it harder for anybody.
Right?
But as I beamed at Jirard, a memory wedged itself into my mind. A memory from just before I came to Asagao. A memory that involved one of my past friends. We shouldn't make it harder for anybody, huh? Oh! So today I got some news about Princess Pumpernickel. Princess Pumpernickel? She's the rarest itty-bitty kitty figure. Supposedly there's only 3 copies of her in existence. Apparently, some collectors are starting to think she doesn't exist. One compiled this huge list of information about the supposed figure and posted it online, and now the community's split on it. Even direct feedback from the itty-bitty kitty committee didn't calm the flame war. It's gotten intense. Do you think it exists?
Absolutely.
Of course I do. Why on earth wouldn't they? That would be a waste of time and money on the itty-bitty kitty committee's part, and it wouldn't make their it would make their fan base angry. What purpose would that serve? Even in the event that they didn't have one before this outrage, they'll be starting up production as we speak. He sighed dreamily. I can't wait for the day I have my very own Princess Pumpernickel. Can you imagine? I shook my head. I had no idea what it was like to long for something so intensely, nor to stay so upbeat in the event of an almost inevitable failure. Seriously, only 3 copies in the entire world? And the developers probably owned one of those for sure. But Gerard was undeterred. I've wanted it ever since I first started collecting. You could say the dream of having it is what sparked my fascination with IBKs in the first place. That's so cute. We stopped in front of the door to my classroom and Gerard saluted me.
Thanks for listening.
Oh, Gerard! Oh my god. Well, I'll be on my way. Thanks for walking with me. No, thank you. Gerard disappeared to his own classroom and I stopped to grab my math book from my locker before heading in. Oh! Look who it is! It's Jimmy! The Shenanigans Club has shown up. When I closed my locker door, Jimmy was there. Ah! What is this? He's never gonna find it, you know. I stared incredulously at him and he pointed from his eyes to mine. I'm watching you. What the hell? Jimmy! What the fuck, dude? Jimmy slithered off towards the lower staircase, heading to his classroom on the first floor. I shook my head slowly. Sure, it was possible that Gerard wouldn't find his itty-bitty kitty figure, but I wanted him to find it. I really wanted him to find it. Surely there was some way I could help. Oh no. This is gonna turn into something terrible, isn't it? So immediately after class, I made my way to Bluebell House. If I was going to help Gerard find Princess Pumpernickel, I needed to know what she looked like. Oh! Yay! Here we go! Oh, she's gonna throw the door open! How much you wanna bet Shane's behind it? I knocked on Gerard's door and instantly threw it open, as if he was waiting on the other side the whole time.
Hana!
Hana! Glad to see you! Why don't you come in? Okay. Gerard's dorm room was surprisingly neat considering how many itty-bitty kitty figures he had. He must have cleaned it up a bit after the last time I saw him. Shane glared at me from his desk, or he was bent over some kind of drawing pad. I smiled nervously at him and he huffed. We'll get to you in the next route, alright, Shane? Just sit there and stir in your salt soup over there, alright? Hi. And he went instantly back to his art. What a jerk. Jimmy is adorable. I watched his Stardew Valley video today, and he's just too adorable for words. Gerard scanned his room, and after a few seconds, he went to his desk and leaned ever so casually against it.
What's going on?
So what brings you here? I just saw you earlier today. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bother you.
Say what?
You're not bothering me. Don't even worry about it. I'm always around when you need to talk. Apparently, finding the desk too uncomfortable, he perched himself on the couch, grabbing a pillow and hugging it close. He looked like a kid at a slumber party. So, what are the deets? Well, I wanted to help you find Princess Pumpernickel, but in order to do that, I'm gonna need some information. I tried my hardest to look imposing. My game face was on, but Gerard just laughed. That's really sweet of you, but if I can't find it, there's no way you can. You don't know that. Maybe I'll be in just the right place at exactly the right time. Maybe. I guess so. Well, he glanced quickly at Shane, then turned back to me with a mischievous smile. There's a gaming convention happening this weekend, and we were all planning to go. Maybe you could come along? Shane's pencil broke mid-stroke. He cursed softly. They're being nice to the pink-haired girl. There's a disturbance in the force. God damn it, Shane! A convention? I've never been to one. What are they like?
Well...
Conventions are crazy. Hold on. I'm gonna open up your DeviantArt in a new window so that I can look at it after the stream, Eulalia. Well, they're a place to find out about cool games, but buy neat fan gear, meet people, and mostly hang out with friends. Almost like a vacation. It is kind of like a vacation. It's just a very busy vacation. I've been to many conventions. I've run panels at conventions. I've interviewed voice actors at conventions, and it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. I know they're intimidating because of all the people, but they're really fun. You should come. Shane very audibly sighed. Jirard glanced at him, the picture of concern. Got artist's block? Something like that. God damn it. I can't wait for Shane's group because my Shane impression is already terrible as it is. Just wait till I have to do nothing but just voice him. Anyways, there are always people selling IBKs there, and maybe someone will have Princess Pumpernickel. It's worth a shot, isn't it? An image of the map Gerard was drawing as I asked him to the flower festival popped back into my head. He'd been preparing for this for weeks. Well, I'd love to come help. Mike can come too, right?
Yeah!
Definitely. The more the merrier. Oh my god. Really? Did you drop an ink blot again? Man, today is not your day. No, it really isn't. This scene is fantastic. Gerard is so nice of a guy he can't even fathom the idea of Shane hating Hana for no other reason than her hair. Oh, but how am I going to get out of class on Friday? The Normal Boots Club has special permission to go, so I'll just add your name to the list. Oh, Shane's gonna lose his shit. The Normal Boots Club had permission to skip class? I never heard of such a thing. So this was the might of their power.
Yay!
In that case, I'd better get my homework done. Don't want to be doing anything on the trip.
All right.
Great! Man, now I'm even more excited. It'll be the best one ever. Hey, Shane? Kill me now. Oh, Shane. I'm excited for this only because I just want to piss Shane off more. A road trip with the Normal Boots Club? Getting to go with them to a convention? This was the greatest day of my life. Alright, let's see what we got here. Road trip. Dear Diary, a real convention. What am I going to do while I'm there? Am I going to stand out? What if everyone wants to do something without me and I just have to wander alone? I'm so scared, but I'm so excited. Especially to spend time with Gerard outside of school. Yeah, you guys can do things outside of school like hold hands. Oh my god, they're so adorable. I ship it so hard. The amount of effort Mai and I put into our homework this week was only matched by our rabid excitement at the slowly approaching weekend. For the first time in forever, Mai didn't procrastinate. When we studied together, she actually helped instead of mooching off my work. Not that I usually minded. Where are you, Eulalia? Oh my gosh, Eulalia, your art is immediately adorable. And I just stalked you on DeviantArt, so there you go. My name on there is DeHalo Chick, by the way. It's not Gina Chu. I've been on DeviantArt for a long time. It's an old username of mine. When we studied together, yeah, Mai actually helping. As we packed our bags the night before, slight trails of blood kept falling from Mai's nose. Oh.
Jared.
I knew that was coming! A convention with Jared? Yes! Mai, you're sure you're okay? Oh, totally! I'm totally fine! So it was that on Friday morning, Mai and I stumbled out into the pre-dawn light, eyes barely even open. It was chilly that morning and we huddled together as we walked to Asagao's iron-wrought front gates.
Hey, Mai, Hana.
Oh, that was cute! That was really cute. Hey guys, good morning. Jirard waved vigorously at us as we approached, and I resisted the urge to clamp my hands across my ears.
Good morning.
Are we ready to go yet? Gerard glanced at the others. Jared, John, continue, Satch. Everybody was there, spreading yawns between each other like the plague. No, we're still missing some people.
Really?
Missing some people? Who on earth?
Hey.
Oh my god! The fucking Hidden Block guys are coming with us! We're taking Ian and his Comic Sans and everybody else's shenanigans with us! Oh my god! This is gonna be so good! Fucking Ian. Hey guys, sorry we're late. I jumped and skittered several feet away. Ian and the rest of the Hidden Block Club were behind me, looking just as miserable as I felt.
Awesome!
Sweet! We're ready to go! Wait, you guys are coming too? Yay! Shenanigans with the Hidden Block Club! Of course. It's a video game convention after all. But we're enemies. They're still all friends. That's adorable. I haven't done the secret routes yet. I'm probably going to. I've been told not to do Jacques. I don't know. I've also told that you have to play Jacques through like twice. But I'm really excited to do the Hidden Block one because I've heard that Ian is just like eternal BFF, like forever of Hana's, that he just becomes fantastic. And I mean he's already fantastic, but I love Hidden Block. I'm gonna stop rambling now. Ian brushed past me. We might be enemies, but we're also friends. Good job, Luke. Frenemies?
Oh yeah.
Frenemies who sincerely want the best for each other. So, friends then. No, frenemies. Yeah, I heard it does need to be played too. I've heard that it will scar you. I haven't seen Jared's playthrough of it, but I saw some of the screenshots of his face. If we don't get going now, we'll miss the train, and I am not up for waiting another 2 hours for the next one.
Right.
Right! Everybody sail out! We piled into the tiny train, which at such an early hour was mostly occupied by little old men and ladies on a day trip. They watched us enter the train with something like abject terror. One lady hid her purse as we passed. Eventually, Gerard, PBG, and I found an empty compartment and piled in. Gerard peered out the window, head flicking like a dog's as he watched the trees pass by. So, what are we going to do when we get there? I don't know. I'll probably wander around. PBG looking good as always, by the way. I heard there's supposed to be a pregame somewhere on the second floor. You have to check in first, but after that everybody can do what they want. Oh. You okay with that? I guess I didn't check with you before. I've never been to a convention before, and I'm really nervous. What if I get lost? I don't know much about games either. Conventions are so fun, though! You'll be fine. Don't even worry about it. I smiled weakly at Mai, but it was easy for her to say something like that. She was a social butterfly with a bright and vibrant personality. No matter where she went or who she talked to, she glistened. Can you two just kiss already? I love Hidden Block so much, Eulalia. Non-PBG root starter pack, and you just gave me a bunch of salt. Yeah, thank you. I, on the other hand, was me.
Yeah.
I mean it. It really is just a bunch of fans gathering to have fun. No one's gonna grill you about while you're there. Everybody wants to have a good time. I guess so.
Huh.
If you want, you could stick around with me. It might get a little boring, but I won't mind the company. I searched Gerard's face, wondering whether his offer was sincere. Gerard was such a nice guy, but it was hard to tell whether he was doing things just to be nice or whether he sincerely wanted to do them. Did he feel responsible for me? Or did he feel obligated to help people out? He was, after all, this nice to everybody. I didn't want to hang around him and wreck the convention he'd been planning to go to for months. He had a map, for heaven's sake. I would get in the way. Oh, I'm sensing a choice coming. I don't want to be trailing him around like a kindergartner afraid to leave her mom either. Still... Ah! You know what? The Jirard route was really good in the way that Mai was able to get together with a guy who's actually fucking, like, worthy of her. Because there's very few people that I would say could date Mai because she is precious. Do we say I'd appreciate it or you don't I don't want you to have to babysit me? I guess I'll go with I'd appreciate it. Yes! I'd appreciate it. Gerard gently laid a hand on my shoulder, the sudden weight of it surprising me. I remember what it was like to go somewhere alone for the first time. I was terrified too, but that's how I met all these guys.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll have a great time. The train shuddered and pulled into a station. My heart leapt into my chest, but everyone else cheered and whooped.
Yeah!
Time to get this party started! Mai and PBG grabbed their stuff and dashed straight off the train, but Gerard waited by the door while I pulled my backpack down from the upper racks. You ready for this? I think so.
Aw, yeah.
Great, let's go! The convention hall and the hotel we were staying at were both located smack dab in the middle of the city, surrounded by a torrent of rushing cars and people sprinting down the street. The last time we were here, we had fucking people asking for Jacques' signature at the end of Jontron's route. The four of us wandered into the hotel lobby. Mai and I had a room together, being the only two ladies on the trip. I grabbed the room key and led our way to our temporary home. Oh, cute! As I opened the door and came into a delightfully airy room, it looked relatively clean and I sighed with relief. It would be nice to have a quiet space to retreat to if I ever felt overwhelmed.
Yay!
Heck yeah! Mai sprinted past me and flung herself, luggage and all, straight onto the bed. Why? Oh my god, I love hotel beds. They're so soft. I called a spot by the window. Whatever you say. Maybe quiet wasn't the right word. I haven't heard Jimmy sing. Cats. Maybe I'll have to find some video of him singing. He rapped Nicki Minaj's verse from Monster? That's impressive. Mai and I set our stuff to the side and spent a few minutes gathering our bearings before getting ready to head back outside. Mai, I'm kind of scared. I don't know anything about conventions. I don't want to feel stupid or out of place, and I don't want to have to follow anyone around. Hana? Mai set her fist against my temple, twisting it playfully. You're way too serious. It's just a convention. Either you have a good time or you don't, and then you go home and everyone forgets about it. Sometimes I get the feeling you think if you make one mistake, it's going to haunt you to your grave. Life is way more forgiving than that. So let's get going. Easy for her to say. She was an entirely different breed of person than I was. Sighing, I followed Mai down to the convention floor. The convention took place across a myriad of rooms. Free play, quiet lounge, merchant's alley, tournament rooms, demonstrations, tiny lecture halls for performances, stages for cosplay contests and the like. Mai and I headed to the main lobby to get our badges and found the guys doing the same thing. Man, are you guys excited or what? Am I ever? I heard there was a big celebrity here and they apparently started one of these games or something and there's a chance they'll go to the party tonight. I'm just saying, you know where I'll be.
Oh, Jared.
You're going too, right, Jared? Oh, you didn't know of PvG before this game, Eulalia? I knew of pretty much, well, the only normal boots guy that I didn't know about was Satch before I played this game. And I watched a couple of Satch's videos and, like, I adore him. Like, he's unreal. As far as the hidden block guys are concerned, like, Ian and Jeff and Caddy were really the only people that I knew. So, I you know, I've gotten to see so many new YouTubers from this video. Okay. As far as rapping, Eulalia, this is gonna sound kind of weird, but I grew up in a very, I guess you could say, like, urban area. And so I grew up surrounded by a lot of, like, rap and hip-hop and R&B, so I know exactly what you mean. Once you get, like, a rap verse in your head and you know the words, it becomes very easy to sing. I don't know about that. Oh, come on! I can't go alone! I identified myself to the lady at the counter and grabbed my compass, a small piece of paper tied to a lanyard. I slipped it over my neck.
Hana!
Well, Hana, do you want to take a look around? Sure. Jirard and I started off at the merchant's alley, but as I glanced back, the rest of the crew dispersed. Nobody followed us. Wait, where are they going? Everyone has something different they want to see, and I heard some of them wanted lunch, so they're going that way. Lunch? Come to think of it, I was pretty hungry. We didn't eat breakfast in our rush to get to the train. So, this is the merchant's alley. We walked into a giant room, every inch of it lined with tables, booths, and people. Gerard cast his arms to the side in a grand gesture and nearly clotheslined a man. He drew his hands back and sheepishly and headed for the very first booth. Do you see anything you like? I glanced around the room, darting from table to booth to stall. There were some things I vaguely knew about, stuff that was on t-shirts and even on TV from time to time, Nario and Nokemon and the like. But there were way too many things that were completely alien to me. Monsters, grizzled old men, designs on t-shirts, plushies, body pillows, action figures, and most of all, piles and piles of video games. Oh, I'm gonna have to listen to that later, kids. It was daunting, and I was completely out of my element. I shook my head. Oh, well, what games have you played? I've never owned a console, so...
Really?
Never? I don't really know what most of this stuff is. I see. Gerard trailed off. Then with a grunt, he turned to me and saluted.
Hana!
Hana! Yes? Allow me to teach you a thing or two about video games. Teaching me about video games? Was that even something I was really interested in? Aside from a handful of games I played with my neighbor as a kid, I only had my gameless 4DS and my mobile game. Did I really want to be a gamer? Didn't you come here to search for Princess Pumpernickel? Oh. Apparently Gerard remembered for the first time his itty-bitty kitty map. He dug around in his pocket and withdrew it, his shoulders sagging. Well, in that case, I don't want to drag you around while I do this boring stuff. You can go do something else if you want. Oh, jeez. So either I spend my time wandering around the convention alone, or I follow Gerard Gerard around like a baby duck. But if I wasn't going to go with him, what was I going to do? Find the free playroom, stick with Jirard to learn more about IP keys, or grab something to eat. I think the obvious answer would be to stick with Jirard and learn about some IBK stuff. Let's see. Yep, that is the correct choice, is to stick with Jirard and learn more. Actually, I'd like to stick with you, if that's okay. If I won't get in your way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd love that. Gerard grabbed my hand, smiling at me. Hold on to me. I'll be walking fast, this way you won't get lost. Smooth, Gerard. Reason to hold on his hand. Okay. His hand warm in mine, we set off to the merchant's alley. The first stop was a short booth in the back of the room manned by a young black woman. She smiled eagerly as we approached and almost nobody was near her booth. Since the convention just started, most people are bunched up in the front of the room. It's hard to get past the crowds and vendors will buy tables towards the front because it's easier to catch people's eyes. People will be caught up in getting the best stuff from the bigger booths, which is good for them, but it's not what we're after.
What's going on?
How you doing, Charla? He turned to the woman at the booth, who reached underneath her table and pulled out several boxes with IBKs. Of course he knows all the people selling IBKs! Oh, you got new stock! You know her? Of course, I know almost everyone who comes to this convention yearly. There are always new people, of course, and it's exciting to get to know them too, but if you form relationships with vendors. That's impressive. Is it? I mean, they're just people. Gerard began inspecting the boxes. As he did, I scanned the other merchandise on the table. T-shirts, action figures, statues, games, plushies. I didn't even know what half the stuff was from. I walked up and down the table, Charlotte's eyes watching me warily. Nice hair, girl.
What?
What? Oh, thank you. Charlotte smiled at me, popping gum into her mouth. She didn't look to be much older than I was, in fact. On the edge of the table, I found a t-shirt that looked vaguely familiar. On it, several boys stared at me through a hailstorm of rose petals, while wearing brightly blue school uniforms. Is this Oron High School Host Club? Mai was a fan of the show, wasn't she? Mai would absolutely be an Oron fan. Can I get this? Oh, are you a fan of that show? My favorite is Kyoya, yep! I would date the shit out of Kyoya! That's funny! That's a good reference to Oron. That's good. Oh, really? Totally! He's into some kinky shit! I paid for the shirt as she packed it up, talking animatedly about the various moments in the show where she waved her loyalty to Kyoya. Cause, like, Tamaki is cute, and the twins are all mischievous and whatnot, but I can't resist the Kichiku Megane thing. I mean, Kyoya's not Kichiku, but if he was in a Zero Z, he totally would be. Just spouting anime buzzwords! Yeah, sure, I agree. Do you? Are you into that? Because I have some CG compilations I could show you. That's alright, Charla! Gerard stepped in, somewhat panicked, and handed Charlotte 2 boxes of IBKs. These are in perfect condition, as usual. You already brought these from me, though. They're rare. You can never have enough ammo, you know? Trading fodder. Very true. I guess not. Charlotte took Gerard's money, then carefully wrapped the boxes in bubble wrap. As she did so, I pulled Gerard to the side. Gerard, do you know what she was talking about? It would be better if I didn't tell you. You're too innocent for that. I mean, how bad could it be?
Well...
As you can tell, people are eager here to share their interests. It's totally different from back at Asagao. Gerard gestured to the rest of the room, then pointed at a vendor across the way. We're going to see him next, but don't mention Nario to him. He'll start with the first game and talk your ear off through his experiences with each. That girl over there will try to sell you body pillows if you mention any female character from any anime. They're all her waifus. The word waifu was just legitimately used in this game. And that guy, he's got 3 kids, so all his stuff is very kid-friendly. He feels like kid-friendly entertainment is underrated, so if you tell him you like one of those shows, he'll give you a discount. Everyone seems really nice here. Everyone's used to feeling like an oddball and not having people to talk to about what they like. I guess I wasn't prepared for that. What did you think you were going to find? I guess guess. I just thought they would be like regular employees in a department store. Kind of tired and over it. All these people are here because they've got some kind of passion or interest in what they do. Even if that interest is primarily monetary or creative, they still find it interesting. They still relate to the people they're selling to. Here you go. Charlotte leaned across the table and handed Gerard a thick bag. Gerard peered inside. Aw, Charla, you didn't have to give me that. He pulled out a small pink Turby doll and beamed at Charla. I wanted to give your girlfriend something to match her hair. She's cute.
Thanks.
Thanks. That's real sweet of you.
Hana.
Hana, this is yours. He's just gonna roll with her calling Hana his girlfriend. He's gonna I'm just gonna roll with it and hope it's true. That is so cute. Was he not even going to respond to that? Charlotte waved to us as Gerard shepherded me to the next stop in the row. As we continued around the room, I started getting a sense of the culture of the convention and why people wanted to come here. I didn't have many expectations going into it, but it was a place where it seemed like people could relax and be ridiculously enthusiastic about whatever they loved without getting weird looks. In fact, half of what they enthused about was met with the same, if not even more, enthusiasm. That is one of my favorite parts of conventions. It was still early in the morning, and it was almost tiring to watch it all happen, especially when I didn't know much about what any of it was. It was strange. At Asagao, I was a fairly normal person. I had some nerdy interests, but nothing to the level of this. Here, I felt like an outsider. Just like Charlotte, people would start talking about something with the assumption I knew what they were saying. I barely even knew anything about Nario, let alone obscure game titles or anime shows. It was beautiful, but it was lonely.
Hey, Hana.
Hana, are you okay? Huh? Yeah, sorry, I was just spacing out a bit. Okay, we're almost done here, so it'll only be a bit longer. Sorry you had to sit through all this. I know it can't be fun for you. No, I like it, I swear. Gerard didn't seem to believe me, but he went back to haggling to the store owner for some kind of rare fantasy figurine. When he finally finished, we left the market and stepped into the hallway. All at once, cool air hit me and I felt like I could breathe. I didn't realize it was so hot in there. Yeah, it could get pretty bad. So, was something bothering you in there? You seemed sad. No, of course not. Hana. Wait.
Hana.
Jirard narrowed his eyes, staring at me as if I should know better. There was no way he could see through me so easily. No way. It's fine if you don't want to tell me, but don't think I can't tell. Damn it. I just feel a little left out here. I don't know much about this culture. You guys all grew up loving this stuff, and I didn't really have access to it. Is that all? That's no problem. Gerard wrapped an arm around my shoulder and swung me back towards the marketplace. You've come to the right place. I will tell you all you need to know about any game, right down to the completion bonuses for each and every one. Oh, Hana, you messed with the wrong guy. Gerard, I don't think this is necessary. Nonsense! If you don't know something, it's never too late to learn. Let's go! For another hour, Gerard and I sat at the very first booth in the marketplace, getting jostled by people flooding in and out of the doors. Gerard told me the names of the characters, details of the plots, the completion bonuses, and little bits of trivia that I never knew. Eventually, they all started swirling together, and my mind started to spin. It didn't help that some of the plots were impossibly complicated. Hold on 1 second, guys. Oh dear God, are we really getting into freaking Kingdom Hearts here? Oh, we're at 20 tournament points already. So what I'm saying is, Xehanort is sort of all those 4 other guys, except not all of them are him, but sometimes those not hims possess other people, and those are separate from him. I played a little bit of the first Kingdom Hearts, and I honestly, I was not a fan, and I haven't played the others, but I know the plot is like crazy. But one of him is a good guy. Finally, we emerged from the room, my head chock full of names and tidbits that I was positive I would never fully understand. So, feel any better? Yes, definitely. Way better, like, so much.
Awesome!
Great, we should probably meet up with the others now. They've probably been waiting.
Yeah.
Yes! Good idea! Perfect, I like it! Let's go! Gerard was passionate about everything he did, but for the first time I realized that wasn't always a good thing. The free play room was a dimly lit corridor lined with arcade machines, TVs, and computers chained to cinder blocks on the floor. Tables filled with people playing cards, tabletop, and board games, though how they could see in the dim lighting I didn't even know. Gerard led me through the end of the room and around a corner where there was a hidden seating area filled with people who were simply taking a break.
Hey guys!
Hey everybody! Somehow, as if by magic, everybody happened to converge in the free play room at exactly the same time. Mai bopped along behind Jirard and PBG and I rushed to her side. Mai, I got something for you. You like this, right? I fished the shirt out I bought from Charlotte out of my bag and handed it to her. Truthfully, it wasn't as though I could afford to go buying presents for people, but I wanted to do something special for Mai. Oh my god! Tamaki is so hot! Thank you, Hana! No problem. I'm glad you like it. How was your expedition? Oh, Hana. I'm in heaven. You have to win the tournament for the good of everyone! Uh-huh. Everyone. Yeah, okay, mostly me, but I'll tell you more about it later. She pointed to the guys who were staring at us expectantly. Pardon? Where do you guys want to go eat? John's got this pizza place that's apparently super good. That works for me, right, Mai? Sorry, Hana, I'm actually going out with some friends. With some friends? Mai clasped her hands together as if in prayer. Yeah, I found some cute guys who wanted to take me for food. I don't know if I can bring you along, I'm sorry. Mai really had a way with people, a way that I didn't understand. That's okay, I'll see you back at the room later, right?
Yeah!
Yeah, we can totally catch up! Well, if that's settled, let's go! I didn't end up seeing much of Mai that day, or the next. Here we go, okay. Interim. Dear Diary, so I'm pretty sure Mai met that hot movie star and ended up breaking his heart? Oh shit. She got pictures with him and then he kept coming to our door. I had a heart attack, and then he was seen moping around the convention floor. Maybe I'm reading into this, but of course Mai would meet like some famous guy and break his heart. Jesus Christ. At first I was a little worried that I wouldn't fit in without Mai to hang on to, but as the hours passed and the days went on, my worries faded away. After all, Gerard was always by my side. He was always worrying about me, always making sure I knew what references were referring to and that I didn't feel quite so lonely. He paid so much attention to me and was so kind that it was almost overwhelming. Gerard constantly did things for me and kept me in his thoughts. Meanwhile, here I was, doing... what? What was I doing for him? How was I helping him? As the weekend went on, I found myself questioning it more and more. There must be something more I could do to help Gerard. But what? Finally, it was the night before we were set to go back to Asagao. The days of hanging out with Gerard in the Normal Boots Club, of sassing the Hidden Block Club, and secret Nerf wars in the halls were over. Yeah, you know, I didn't even realize that there were really diary entries until, like, part way through PVG's route, I think. But yeah, some of them are very funny. Even if the convention goers themselves drastically thinned out, suddenly it was possible to go places without rubbing up against several sweaty strangers, and the restaurant workers actually smiled at you when you ordered. I snuggled up under the blankets of my bed, just laying there enjoying the warmth and relaxation. The next day, everything would be gone. All the carefree fun, the lack of stress, the bonding, the new things, and the excitement and the chance to spend so much time with Gerard. All of it would be gone. But that was okay. After the practice and knowledge I gained, I was more ready than ever to go back to Asagao and kick some Hidden Block ass. I giggled to myself, glad that Mai was the last convention party of the trip. No doubt she'd have some wild stories to tell when I finally had time to see her. Someone knocked on my door, interrupting my thoughts. I glanced at the clock. 10 p.m. What could they want? I went to the door and stood on my tiptoes, peering through the peephole. Familiar spectacles greeted me through a fisheye view. Waleed.
Satch.
Oh, Satch! See, I'm always feeling like the Hidden Block guys are like gonna start messing with things, so I just immediately assumed it was Waleed. Satch, is something wrong? Is Gerard with you? I know you were hanging out a lot this weekend. Satch tried to peer past me into my room, but I shook my head. The last I saw of him was at dinner, and then I came back here. Is he okay? He hasn't come back yet, and I'm worried. He wanted to get to sleep early so that he would be awake for the ride back.
What?
You don't think something happened to him, do you? No, he's probably fine. I'm just worried. I think we're gonna go look for him. Thanks for your help, Hana. Wait! I stepped into the hallway, pulling the door shut behind me. I'm coming with you. God damn it, Satch! Do not chuckle at me like that! This is not your route! Thanks! That was unfair, Satch! While Satch and the others searched inside the convention center, I walked up and down the streets outside of it. Gerard said something about wanting to check out the shops nearby for Princess Pumpernickel, right? I walked from one end of the block to the other and back again, too terrified of roaming the city alone to make it much further. Surely he was somewhere around here, though. Surely he wouldn't have gone too far. What was that? An odd snoring kind of noise was coming from just inside the alleyway to my right. Was it a homeless person, or... I soloed heavily, heart pumping fast. If it was Jirard, and I just left him out here, he'd definitely get mugged. Mugged and beaten and probably even kidnapped. Be strong, Hana. Be strong. Be strong for Jirard. I tiptoed quietly into the alleyway. There, slumped against a brick corner, sat a sleeping Jirard, a small brown paper bag in his hands. Jirard! Jirard! I shook him by the shoulder, but he was completely non-responsive. I took out my phone to send a quick text to Satch, then remembered I never got his number. Damn it! I squatted next to Gerard, lightly smacking him across the face. I didn't want to leave him there to go find the others. Maybe if I could wake him up? Gerard blinked heavily, staring sleepily at me. Gerard? I grabbed his hand and pulled him with all my might. We've got to get you back to your room. Come on. He shook his head vigorously, clearly having no desire to leave his nice, comfy, abandoned alleyway slumped against the brick wall position. Oh, you had to refresh the stream. I just Satch chuckling, Eulalia. Satch chuckling. Gerard, come on! This time I smacked him hard across the face and his eyes opened. He turned to look at me and nodded thoughtfully. What? Are you coming? I gave his arm a tug and he got to his feet, nodding again. Okay. Come on, let me get you to your room. If there was ever anything I did that made me look like someone who needed to be immediately incarcerated, this was it. I was leading Gerard like a blind man, narrating the obstacles in the hall and trying to clarify exactly where I was taking him. Every time his eyelids drooped, I gave him a hard smack across the face, hotel employees whispering behind their hands. I'm going to give you so much shit for this when you get back! Finally, I managed to pull him to his room and fish his key card out of his pocket. Feeling like some kind of thief, which admittedly wasn't that bad of a feeling, I pushed him into his room and shut the door. Gerard teetered on his feet like some kind of tower in the wind, and I nudged him towards the bed by poking him in the belly. Stop it! You deserve worse than this for what you put me through tonight! I pulled the sheets back and shoved him into bed. He curled up with a happy sigh. Stupid. He wrapped his hands around his pillow and buried his face into it, happy as a kid in a cloud. It was kind of hard to be angry at him when he was being like that. Silly. Ah! It's so cute! He has a Princess Pumpernickel clock! He's so cute! I grabbed the edge of Gerard's blanket, carefully pulling it over his sleeping form. Thank you. Don't worry about it, Gerard. No, really. Thanks for being there for me. Gerard smiled into his pillow and slowly his breathing steadied out. Just like that, he was asleep. Silly kitty. An alarm clock by the bed caught my eye and I suppressed a giggle. An itty-bitty kitty alarm clock. He brought an itty-bitty kitty alarm clock with him. Of course he did. You're the silliest person I've ever met. I gazed at his sleeping face. He looked so relaxed, so calm. Give him a kiss! I swept a lock of hair from his forehead. Then I was seized with the impulse to kiss him and my face flushed. Could I? No, no! No, he was sleeping. Get a grip on yourself, Hana. The door opened and a nervous Satch burst through. Hana. Gerard! So you found him. One of the hotel staff told me a pink-haired girl was dragging a man with kittens on his shirt up to some room. I hoped it was you. It's a good thing we're leaving tomorrow. They probably all think I'm trying to kill you guys. Oh, definitely. Death by cuteness. Anyway, I need to get going. We've got to get up early tomorrow, you know. I do. Thanks for your help, Hana. You're a great friend. See? Satch can be a little flirty and express interest in her without getting salty, PBG. He grinned mischievously at me and I swallowed hard. Alright, so see you tomorrow. I raced back to my room, face aflame. Was I really that obvious? Ugh. Satch was the worst. More like Satch is the best. Eulalia, I would be happy to see all of the Shane art that you have in your mind. It was finally time to take the train back to Asagao. Ma and I woke up dead, so tired we didn't even bother changing out of our pajamas. We dragged our luggage to the hotel lobby and climbed into the lobby chairs, seating our foreheads against our knees. It's not even light outside. This is hell. It didn't take long for the others to show up. Everyone except Jared, Gerard, and Satch were still in their pajamas. PBG was clutching a pillow, and Jimmy was wrapped in a blanket like some kind of burrito. Burrito blanket. We've seen plenty of burrito blanket from Jimmy lately, actually. We traveled the train station like a herd of zombies, only Gerard and Satch sustaining conversation. Even though Jared was dressed, he still looked like he'd shoot anyone who looked at him the wrong way. We piled into the train, barely noticing who was with who. I followed Gerard and Jared into a compartment and Mai followed me. Jared's eyes widened, but it was too late to escape. The train rumbled into motion and away we went. I took a seat next to Jared, and after he gave me a pleading look, I took a seat on the other side of her. The train rumbled steadily down the track, a lulling movement almost like the rocking of a carriage. Mai was quiet for once, eyes compulsively falling shut. I watched her struggle to stay awake, occasionally snapping her head up like a dog trying to catch a fly, then falling lower again. Finally, her head lolled onto Jared's shoulder and she was fast asleep. Jared glanced uncomfortably at her head, but even he wasn't rude enough to wake up a sleeping girl. At some point I noticed Jared's legs fidgeting. He looked supremely uncomfortable and kept glancing at the compartment door. Jared, you okay?
Hana?
He peeled Mai's head off of his shoulder and handed her limp form to me. I really, really need to pee. Please take care of her. Relieved of his burden, he dashed out the door. I tried to settle Mai on my shoulder, but no sooner had I leaned against her than she fell directly into my lap. Why are you... Completely fine. A snort came from across the compartment. Gerard was clutching his mouth, trying hard to suppress his laughter. I shot him a glare. Hey, no worries. He shifted from his seat, now taking the open space next to me. You look just as tired as her. You can use her shoulder as my shoulder as a pillow if you want. Oh my god! Gerard! Hana, do it! Do it! Do it! Gerard smiled kindly at me, and again I found myself wondering what I did to deserve this from him. Is he being nice again just because? Did he want something from me? No, that's alright. I'm gonna wait until we get back to Asagao.
Sure, I'll do what I can.
No, Hana, you ruined the perfect... No! Hana, you're so thick! You snuggle the fuck up to him! That's what you do in this situation! God damn it! Okay, but if you need me, I'm right here. When Jared entered the compartment again, and after a brief glance at the three of us, took Gerard's old seat across the way. Ice cold. I watched the trees speed past the train, my eyes getting heavier and heavier. But I could stay awake, definitely. I wasn't tired at all. I wasn't... A jolt shot me into alertness. I was leaning against something warm and soft. I pushed myself up, wiping drool off my face. Have a nice nap? Gerard, you look like you slept well. I flushed and Mike giggled beside me. You were so cute the way you were snoring. No, I didn't mind it. Mike gave me a look and I knew exactly what she meant by it. I would never live this down. And so, just like that, our convention getaway was over. Things were going back to normal. I gathered up my things and headed back to the Asagao campus, avoiding Gerard's eyes the entire time. Chapter 3! Okay, I think this might be where I end tonight's stream. I'm very, very tired from waking up super early to catch my flight. Oh, there goes my cell phone again. Yeah, oh, stop. Yeah, I woke up super early this morning to catch my flight back to New York. And I'm exhausted. And we've actually gone for quite a while, and we're already basically halfway through Gerard's route. So I think now will be a good time to stop, but I will be back to my regular schedule tomorrow at 7 p.m. EST. My bot in the chat will show you all the ways you can follow me on social media. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight, kids. Thank you. Eulalia, welcome. I hope you come and stop by again sometime. It was so cool getting to chat with you guys. And I will see you guys during the next stream. Thank you so much for watching.